We're going to start our illuminated letter with our border design. We've broken this project up into 2 days. And if you have a ruler, great. That makes it really easy to draw a border that's even around the edges. If you don't have a ruler handy, find a piece of scrap cardboard and you can cut your straight edge, and then you can use that to create a border. It doesn't matter if you want it thick or thin, but what does matter, I think, when you look at the overall appearance, is that it is uniform all the way around your paper. So if we cut a piece that is even, then you can just take that and trace it. If you don't have a ruler, that works just fine. Okay, so that's how we're going to start your border design. This is the first thing that you're going to do. I chose to do this example to use my W on a horizontal view. You can also use yours vertically. It depends on what letter you want to use. If you're going to do an S, you probably want to make it vertical, right? If you're going to do a W, you'd want to make it horizontal. So I take this. I'm going to take my piece of cardboard and make my border. Then the next thing you have to do is you have to think about how you're going to create a motif, okay? And how that's that design element that you're going to repeat that is going to make your border symmetrical. Now you can do that freehand, right? If you want to take a motif, I'm going to not finish this whole thing here, obviously. If you want to take a motif and draw something all the way around, you can. But something that I did, I find it's a little bit easier. It's also kind of fun because you never know what you're going to get, is to cut a piece of cardboard or the same little piece of cardstock that you use for your straight edge, cut out a shape. And you could start with something really simple, like even, just something like just a simple triangle, but then cut something out of the center of it and see what you come up with. That way, if you've got your little piece, then you can go ahead. I'm going to square that off to make it a little bit more interesting. Then you can go around your edge and you can repeat it. Maybe cut a couple of them like I did. I have 3 of them. And then you're not redrawing everything. But to make it symmetrical, you want to place them so they're like a mirror image. And then if you're going to get to the point at the end when you're finishing it up, when you want to color, you want to color them in a uniform way, right? This wouldn't be symmetrical if this was red and this was green, this is blue and this was purple. So that's kind of a fun thing to do, is just cut out some shapes and see what you come up with. I always think that's neat when you fold it in half and do it that way. So you can tell my letter is a W. You're going to take and select the letters from the fonts. There are 8 different fonts on the attachment. I want you to use those as a resource. Do the best that you can. Some of them might be a little bit more challenging. That's okay. You got to challenge yourself. And you're going to let me know which font you're working from, 1 through 8. You can even write that here if there's no place for it in your assignment. I want to know which letter that you're using. After you've drawn your letter, you're going to have at least 2 pictures, 2 images that relate to this letter. I'm going to see, I'll point mine out to you. Some of them are obvious, right? I have a W, so I've got watermelon. I've got water. I've got some wheels here, and then I added some wisteria. I'm not sure if you can tell what that is. So now I feel like that's completed. I'm going to take a photograph of it, put it, I'm going to email it to myself, and then I'm going to upload it in Schoology. So make sure that you follow all the steps so that you break this down into 2 manageable days for your assignment.